A newly released report is calling for an emergency pause on logging in key areas of BC, specifically with old-growth forest. As Matt Fatinko reports tonight, while it's too soon to look at concrete recommendations for government, it is something they're keeping a close eye on.
According to a new report from independent scientists, old-growth forests have been logged to their ecological limits. That's outlined in the findings of less than 1% of BC's total forested area is productive old growth, with most of that area having less than 30% original forest. What that means is it can no longer maintain their biodiversity, ecological integrity, or resilience.
For the last 3 years, we've heard from fisher people, hunters, guide outfitters that are really concerned about the scale and rate of logging in the last old-growth forests in areas like the Anzac, the Table River, the Huminka, and other parts of the rainforest here.
An independent panel was appointed in July 2019 looking at a strategic review of old-growth management in BC. They've received over 400 reports, including this most recent one, and as part of their report to Forest Minister Doug Donaldson.
We value the biodiversity that old forests supply in the province, and we also understand there's many people in the province who depend on harvesting in old growth for their livelihood.
The recommendations presented could not be confirmed at this point, but regardless, some say this is the opportunity needed to look at something a little more sustainable.
And it's time to transition away from old growth logging to second growth harvesting that's more sustainable. People have been saying this for a long time. Industry and government never really had a proper transition plan away from old growth logging. And this scientific report really gives us a snapshot of what the picture looks like now.
Without going into specifics, Donaldson says they are determined to implement interim measures, but anything longer term could take some time.
Of course, it's incumbent upon us as our approach in government to, once we have studied the report, to engage with First Nations on a government-to-government basis on the recommendations, as well to go out to environmental groups, to labor, to industry and communities, and be transparent in that process.
There are certain areas in the province where measures have already been taken, such as old-growth management areas, wildlife reserves, and repairing zones. Matt Fatinko, CKPG News.